Ladies and gentlemen, he's a child of God, a husband, NRA conservative, radical right-wing supervillain, and Twitter rock star. American by birth, Texan by choice, and a badass by nature. He's the owner of TomO'Halloran.com, O'HalloranMedia.com, and PatriotRadio.net. Please welcome Tom O'Halloran.
Defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Yeah, God bless the USA, 'cause, buddy, we're gonna need it. Welcome to the Patriot Radio Show. It is Wednesday morning, and this is the post-democratic debate show. I'll be joined shortly by my good friend Ken Crow. Welcome to the Patriot Radio Show. I'm your host, Tom O'Halloran. I'm broadcasting today from my underground bunker deep in Arkansas, Nebraska. And I'm here to educate, irritate, and agitate. And folks, I'll guarantee you're going to have full-on agitation before this show's over. Again, my name's Tom O'Halloran. My primary blog is TomO'Halloran.com. When you get there, please follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Spreaker, any other social media that you fancy. Also, please follow my editor, Veronica Coffin. She manages 14 websites on our network, and without her doing that, I couldn't do this. You'll find Veronica's follow button at the bottom of each and every post. On Facebook, we're at facebook.com/Patriot Radio Show. And personally, I'm at facebook.com/O'Halloran. I'm on air 5 days a week, so please be sure to tune in every Monday through Thursday for this, the Patriot Radio Show. On Fridays, I do Jihad on America, where I cover the Islamists in America. I tell you who they are, what they want, and why you should be afraid. All of the shows air at 9 a.m. Texas time, but all my shows are available in the archives at patriotradioshow.com. And if you did not catch my show on the Muslim Brotherhood, my show, Islam is Not a Religion, or my show on Islamophobia, then please go to patriotradioshow.com. Listen to all three of these shows. I've trimmed all the commercials out, so it's wall-to-wall solid information. The three shows will give you insight and perspective on the topic that you've probably not heard elsewhere. They'll also give you a solid foundation upon which we build each and every Friday as we continue to pull back the mask of Islam, looking at what's being done in the name of Allah, both here and abroad. In a Do the News about Islam around the world, because it's a glimpse into the future of what's in store for us here in the homeland if we continue to allow the cancer of Islam to spread in America. Keep abreast of my shows, listen to the live stream, as well as catch the archives of any shows that you may have missed. It's all at patriotradioshow.com. I'd like to thank my sponsors for the show, Dr. Dave Krupa. Dr. Krupa is a Houston-based chiropractor and a nutritional health specialist. He doesn't dispense big drugs from Big Pharma designed to mask your problems. He finds what ails you and dispenses natural supplements to heal your body naturally, just the way God intended. Also, the VFW, the Veterans of Foreign Wars, is an organization of men and women who have served in foreign conflicts. We exist to support our veterans and their families. Please get involved with a VFW post near you. There's one in most any city. If you're in the Houston area, up in Tomball, at the post I go to, we have bingo every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. These are fundraisers to enable us to help the families of our veterans. We also have dances a couple of times a month on Saturdays. Again, fundraisers to let us do what needs to be done. Please get involved with a VFW post near you. If you have served in a foreign conflict, then please get involved, enroll, join the Veterans of Foreign Wars. With that out of the way, my friends, it's time to bring in, now listen, anybody can have a candidate's name, anybody can have a top politician's name in their phone, but there's only one man that I know that is on speed dial for virtually every candidate running for office. The one man that everybody goes to if they want to know what's going on is my good friend Ken Crow. Ken, are you with me, brother? What a debate we had last night. Did you by any chance happen to catch a bit of it?
Okay.
My apologies. Okay, we're gonna take that right from the top. We had a debate last night, Ken, and I'm assuming you were listening. We will get that fixed in post.
Okay, that's all right. I wanted I wanted this to be right. Thank you, Dr. Cooper.
Amen.
Wherever you're at. Okay, last night, the problem that we've got, and I'll try to rehash what I just said and try to get it right again. The problem that we have is that 50% of the American people are on the government dole. That is a fact. We know this. So with that said, the talking points the Democrats all had last night were all in unison. They were all on the same page. They're all going to give illegal aliens benefits. They're all going to give the college kids free tuition to go to school. They're all going to give, and there's a long laundry list that was printed this morning. It was on Fox News of all the freebies that they're going to give out. And then the other point I wanted to make that I didn't touch on a minute ago was, did you notice that the class warfare that they're setting up, Donald Trump's evil, and I'm just pulling Trump's name out of the hat because Trump is rich. And there's this huge, vast inequity between the top 1/10 of 1% and the poorest of the poor. And that has to be equalized. And that across the debate stage was the talking point. They spent half of that debate last night talking about the inequity in our society today.
Right.
And I'm sitting here looking at this, wondering why is nobody picking up on the fact that their guy has been in charge for 7 years. And if these people are getting richer, it's because of his policies.
Right.
Not George Bush's, not Ronald Reagan's, nobody else's.
Oh, they still blamed Bush several times last night.
Sure, but the problem that we've got is we have the world's worst Republican marketing machine. The Democrats are going to pound this home for the next year about how there's this vast inequity. And last night was nothing more than a coronation for Hillary Clinton.
Yep.
When Bernie, it was confirmed, I had the hunch, but when Bernie came out and attacked on the email scandal and said it's time to get off of this, it's time to get on something else.
My jaw hit the floor.
And that's when I knew. And it just like everybody else knew. When he did that, but the part that I found remarkable was Hillary's got an argument, and this is what I said earlier that apparently Dr. Cooper didn't hear. Hillary's got an argument, and there is a video on YouTube of an interview that Kevin McCarthy, the Republican majority leader, did with Sean Hannity last week, apparently before he dropped out, where he categorically stated the entire purpose of the Benghazi hearings was to ruin Hillary for this election. That was why they did it. That's why they had had two different panels going right now, and they're trying to get her, one on Benghazi, one on emails, and they're trying to ruin her. The problem is Kevin McCarthy said this, and he's on tape, he's on YouTube, and he's on video, and that right there will validate all of Hillary's arguments about there's a massive Republican conspiracy to destroy her. and it's not going to play well for our side.
No,
because they're going to put that clip. It's a 34-second clip in every Republican advertisement or every Democrat advertisement on television on her behalf. The Republicans don't care about Benghazi. The Republicans have never cared about who, what, when, where happened. All of this was simply to destroy Hillary. And I care about you. I love you. I'm trying to help you because you're being screwed over by the billionaires on Wall Street.
Yeah.
And I'm here to give you equity and bring you up to where you should be in life. And we're going to make these jerkwads pay for it. And that's going to be the mantra for the next year. And they're going to win.
Let me ask you a question. I caught Kevin McCarthy's comment right off the bat when it was said. I didn't buy it for a minute. Almost immediately I knew that he had been purchased. Do you think it's possible? I can't believe that Trey Gowdy would have been a part of such a attack piece. I can't believe that the committee would have done it for that reason. I just don't buy it. Anything that happened in that whole committee has been done so above board. I think he was paid to throw it by the Democrats.
Nothing that Bill Clinton does, I don't have the words for it. This guy, I put nothing past Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton's power and reach in this country is, he's still the most beloved ex-president.
Sure.
He's still the most, he left the White House with, as Donald Trump says, huge ratings with a capital Y. He is extraordinarily popular. He's like America's godfather almost. And nothing I put past him. There's nothing, because his power is virtually limitless in this country. He is the wizard behind the curtain.
Yeah.
And he does. It wouldn't surprise me.
And let me remind you. Let me remind you as well. During Hillary Clinton's term as Secretary of State, there is an unaccounted $6 billion with a B, $6 billion that have gone missing that they are totally unable to account for. That will buy a great deal of power in anybody's wallet.
Well, Clinton, I don't think that they walked off with $6 billion, if that's what you're thinking. I don't think that's the case, but I will say that rumor behind the scenes is that somebody found out that McCarthy was messing with one of his ladies in his office or an intern or something. And it's my guess that if what your theory is true, that he was paid off, I wouldn't say he was paid off. I would say he probably got a phone call that says, Bill Clinton's sitting on some videotapes of you and Michelle, at the Super 8 down in Andover, Maryland last week. What do you got to say about that? And that's probably the case. They got something on him that caused him to step aside, and they said, oh, by the way, when you do, we want you to sabotage the Benghazi hearings. And here's what you're going to say, and they wrote the script for him.
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me at all. And if you go away quietly, and if you say this, we'll let you live politically. And if you don't, we're going to destroy you politically. And that's his game. I mean, nobody's better at it than he is. He's done it for 35, 40 years now, since first term as governor.
Yep. Not to mention a long list of dead bodies behind him as well.
Well, I agree, but that's not part of this.
No.
I'm telling you that last night was a coronation. The Democrats are on the same page on everything. The other candidates were instructed clearly. Chafee got out a couple of little slaps there a little bit about, he doesn't have any scandals in his background.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. I think that was just window dressing.
Scandals weren't invented when he got into office.
Yeah, really. But I think that was just window dressing to make it look like, well, we're fighting up here. Nah, they're not. That was strictly the whole thing was a coronation. Everybody's been promised their roles. Everybody's been guaranteed something except possibly Webb. But even he played nice. He didn't, and he's the one guy that I thought might go after. But Bernie spent the majority of the time being Mr. Scrooge and hating rich people. And Hillary pounded on, we love you, we're going to take care of you. And the other candidates all pounded on some other benign topic about giving something away. And that's the way the debate went. It was not a debate. It was a coronation.
Yeah.
And Hillary did an outstanding job. And that, I got to give credit where credit's due. She was quick. She was on point. She smiled. She was amiable. They did a great job on her makeup, and dressed her properly and everything.
Yeah.
I think she did an outstanding job, and she's going to be brutal to beat. And the only person that I think we have a chance with is Donald Trump, and I'll tell you why.
Let's hold that part for when we come back from the break. All right, brother? Got to do this.
Sure.
Got to pay some bills. Folks, it is the post-Democratic debate breakdown with Dr. Ken Crow. We'll be back in just a minute. And he will remain unmuted.
It's that time again. It's what you've been dreading all year. It can be confusing, difficult, even painful. It has driven countless people to worry and to despair. It's something you hate, but something you have to do. It gets under your skin, and it can get you in over your head. It is income taxes. Now it is easier. It is faster. It can make you happy. It is less expensive than H&R Block and TurboTax. It will get you your biggest refund faster. It starts free. It is eFile.com. eFile.com. We make income taxes fast and easy.
How's it going, JR fans? Nick Libretti here, and today we're smoking the Oliva Cane Daytona. Another home run from the Oliva Company. Guys, this is the Cane Daytona. Medium to full body Nicaraguan smoke, Habano wrapper on it, burns really, really nice. Hints of coffee, really, really creamy, flavorful smoke. This thing changes flavors on me 4 or 5 times throughout the cigar. It's excellent. 3 words I would use to describe this thing: impeccable, complex, and out of this world. That's more than 3 words. Stop counting. We have 3 sizes, everything from a 46 to a 60 ring gauge. Get them right now at jrcigars.com.
Hi there, my name is Mark Cranenberg, and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to talk about my favorite order from Chicago Steak Company. It's the Classic Crime Assortment. All right, well, let's open up and have a look what's inside. So right away, we've got 2 6-ounce filet mignons. If you know anything about steak, it's really rare to see filet mignons with that kind of marbling in it. Just beautiful steak. And then next, we've got the 2 12-ounce USDA prime strip steaks. Just look at how thick these things are. They're just beautiful. Again, beautifully marbled, amazing steak. Then we've got 2 USDA prime ribeyes. And if you like steak that is just mouth-watering, this is the steak for you. With all that marbling inside. You'll see it's thicker. The marbling is a lot thicker. That just means more moisture throughout your steak. Now we've got 6 USDA prime top sirloin steaks. These are the steaks that everyone's going to love. Then we're moving into our next package. Next, we have 16 4-ounce gourmet Angus steak burgers. These are amazing burgers that everyone's going to love. And to top it all off, they give you 1 container of my favorite steak seasoning of all time, the Chicago Steak Spice. And you're going to love it too. So there you have the classic prime assortment, my favorite and your ultimate steak experience. So be sure to order your steak today at mychicagosteak.com. I'm Mark. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and we'll see you next time at mychicagosteak.com.
Tom O'Halloran has a not-so-common core spelling lesson for the Obama administration. Ready? There is no K in America.
There's kids that can't pray in school, $100 tanks of gas. I can tell you right now, this country ain't supposed to be like that. No, that ain't my America. That ain't this country's roots. You wanna slam, hold on to Sam, but I ain't letting you. Yeah, I'm mad as hell, and you know I still bleed red, white, and blue. They ain't us, and that ain't my America. Oh no, that ain't my America. No, 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 no. That ain't my America. Oh, no.
Welcome back. It is good lassie, good boy. It is the Wednesday.
Yeah.
It is the Wednesday morning edition of the Patriot Radio Show. We are doing a post-Democratic debate breakdown, and on the phone is my Monday co-host Ken Crow. So before the break, we were talking about the love fest that was the Democratic debate last night. And just as we went off to the break, you were saying there's only one man that can fix this. I'm hoping you're not saying Barack Obama.
No, you can count on that, partner. No, the only person that I see that can defeat Hillary right now out of the field is Donald Trump, and that's for a couple of reasons. Donald is the only one, and you and I have talked about this before, that can probably take Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Florida. And that's only if he chooses the right running mate. But Donald appeals. He's pulling a lot of votes from the more conservative Democrat base, what we refer to as the old blue dogs, or the Ronald Reagan Democrats. And he's pulling a lot of votes from those guys. And that is that's one of the aces that we've got up our sleeves. And he's the only one out of the Republican field that I see that can do that. And it's because of his labor stance. He's kind of pro-union in a lot of regards. And because he's worked for so many years in New York with the labor unions in New York. So he's got that on his side. He can say, hey, for 40 years, guys, I've worked with you in New York. And the unions will buy it. So, because it's documented and it's true. And so that gives him an ace that the other Republicans don't have.
Yeah.
So, but and the other one is, the rest are all politicians, with the exception, obviously, of Dr. Carson. The rest, at some level, are going to be afraid of the Clinton machine. So I don't see them attacking her the way Donald Trump would.
And the way she needs to be attacked for us to win.
Exactly. You know, she's going to have to be exposed. And if she is not indicted, if Trey Gowdy or somebody doesn't get some indictments against her, we've got a very, very tough road ahead of us to beat her.
And the likelihood of the indictment is less secure than it was a week ago.
I agree. I think Kevin McCarthy shot an arrow through the heart of that committee. I really do. And it's going to be tough to overcome that.
I think he's done as a politician. I think he's hurt the Republican Party. I think he's hurt America. And we may never know what was behind his comment.
Well, unfortunately, he said it, and it's on tape.
Yep.
But Donald Trump, again, I say, I'm kind of a Trump fan in this election cycle.
Kinda.
And it's for those reasons.
Yeah.
That I think he's the only one that can win. I'm sick of career politicians, acquiescing to the lobbyists, acquiescing to the special interests, driving our debt through the roof, and everything that goes with that. And that's why I think it would stop with him. I really do. I think he is a modern day Ronald Reagan with a big bank account.
Yeah. Did you see the video of the black man at a Trump event? He's out on the street in front of the event, and he's ranting and just unleashing.
No, I did not see that.
This was a great, great video. He's 50-ish. He had never voted before, but he voted for Obama twice, and he was quite upset at what Obama has done. Can I take about 4 minutes of your day and play this for you?
Go for it. I'd love to hear it.
I played it yesterday. I think it's very telling, not because one man is upset, but this is just an indication of what the black community, I mean, if 10% of the black community feels the way this man does, and how could they not, then the left is in trouble. Bear with me, folks.
Benefit, not y'all. How could y'all get the benefit and we get nothing? It's not right. It's gotta stop. We're taking back America. We're taking back America. We're taking back America. I'm going to raise in Atlanta. We're taking back America. I stand for him. Yes. Yes. We love you. There's no problem with that. Only thing is we're tired that we don't got no job. We got babies too. I got a little girl. I can't hardly support her. No. But the foreign people that ride on new cars, they got 100 jobs. 90% down there at the Georgia Dome. 5% black, 5% white. What is that? What is that? But I agree with you. Obama has failed us. Yes, it's time for somebody to make a stand. Time for somebody to make a stand. Hope Johnson Construction, my stage name Too Logic. I'm making a stand for American people. And I'll stand by myself because I ain't scared. I'll stand by myself. I'll stand by myself for Obama. I'll stand by myself. I'm not never scared.
You ain't standing by yourself?
No problem, because we gonna do it. Obama has let me down. I never voted before, and I voted for him twice. And he broke my heart. He broke my heart. He broke my heart, especially blacks.
Has it helped
He
you
broke
out?
our heart.
Has it helped you out any?
Yeah, he helped, because I helped my young people get killed by the police department. Because they can't kill him, so they want to kill Obama.
He helped you go broke, too, didn't
He
he?
helped me go what? Yeah, I'm not going to go broke for him. He tried to make me go broke. We need Donald Trump. Obama has failed.
Right.
Ain't no ifs and buts about it. He has failed.
We don't need to do the whole thing, but you can tell that this man is upset.
Yes, he is.
And that video
is very upset.
That video just went viral a couple of days ago, and very, very powerful. He'd never voted. He voted for Obama twice, and he's just devastated by what Obama's done to the country and to the black community in particular. So they are waking up on the left.
Well, this is the thing that is, if we are going to win this, we're going to have to capitalize on that. We're going to have to welcome those people into the Republican tent and convince them. But my fear is that the Republicans are out right now. Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio, et cetera, are out selling patriotism and selling love for country and constitutional values and all of that. And I got to retrieve my puppy here. The neighbor dog has. Sorry, but this is what happens when you have live radio with a neighbor with a dog, and I have two, and they don't like each other. So anyway, there's a little Shih Tzu next door that my dog just hates.
Good for your dog.
And every time he comes out, it barks, which of course wakes my dog up.
Yeah.
And the two don't mix.
No, Shih Tzus don't mix with nothing.
I know. So we're out selling patriotism, which is what I talked about a few weeks ago. We're selling a non-tangible. They're selling a tangible.
Sure.
If you vote for us, we're going to give you this. Now, they don't tell the American people, well, Congress has to approve it, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to give this to you.
Yeah.
And we're selling constitutional values, constitutional principles. And that's not something the American people can, the bulk of the American people, can taste, feel, touch, and smell.
Right. Even the liberty and the freedom, they can't wrap their head around because the young ones have never known the liberty and the freedom.
Well, that's absolutely correct, and they're being taught in schools to forget about that. That's an old-fashioned thing that only Thomas Paine talked about.
Right.
And they don't get it. So this is the problem. These people vote. We're going to have to figure out a way in the Republican hierarchy, and the campaigns of whoever's winning this are going to have to figure out a way to sell a tangible something to the American people. Because right now the Democrats are. I mean, they're going to give away trillions of dollars, and they've got an enemy. You know, the Koch brothers now have a target on their back. The Walton family has a target on its back.
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders is standing up there saying, vote for me, and I'm going to give you a $15 an hour. Well, to a guy making $8.75 an hour, what do you think he's going to do?
Yep.
And there's millions upon millions of these people. As I told you on Monday, I went to this little parade. Just a little old county parade thing for a little old bridge festival on Sunday, and I walked up to the lady putting the Bernie signs all over the Democrat float. And a fellow walked up. He had his little boy, and he said, I want to ride on the float with you guys. She said, no problem. Are you a Bernie fan? Oh, yes. Well, here's a T-shirt. She gives him a T-shirt and says, ask my son why we're supporting Bernie. And the little boy stands up and says, because I get a free college education. And this kid's no older than 10, 11 years old.
Yeah, right? Santa Claus will get elected every time, folks. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Donald Trump is not Ted Cruz. He's not pandering to the, I don't mean Cruz is a panderer. He's not attractive to the right only, to the far right. Trump is drawing people from the center and even people from the left. Bernie Sanders himself said Donald Trump's immigration plan was the best immigration plan he'd ever seen. So Trump is drawing people from both sides of the aisle. And as we move through this, if he can just pull out stories of what the minimum wage increase has done to people, because it has destroyed people everywhere it's been rolled out. It's been destroying people. It's been destroying businesses in California and Seattle both. And if he can point this out, that you can't just mandate prosperity, I think
well, you're making a lot of sense, Tom. And Seattle, for instance, they now have McDonald's restaurants there. I don't know how it works, but you walk up and you order your Big Mac from a machine.
Yep.
You pay the machine, and then a couple minutes later, it spits your Big Mac and fries out, and you get your Coke and leave.
That's right.
You never interact with a human being. And those were implemented because of the $15 an hour wage increase out there. And it's killing your mom and pop hamburger stands, mom and pop pizza stores,
sure,
and all that.
And even the people that are getting $15 an hour for their jobs, they're asking for fewer hours, because the $15 an hour puts them in a position where they lose their free housing, they lose their Section 8.
Right.
So they're asking for.
You're absolutely correct about that. And they lose their food stamps and everything else.
And this is happening all across the country. People saying, "I don't want $15 an hour. I liked getting my food stamps. I liked having the subsidized housing." So the reactions from them are not positive by any shape of the imagination.
Well, it's frightening again, because these people are going to vote.
Yep. Yeah.
But to the Native American living in Gallup, New Mexico, and working at the truck stop as a waitress, $15 an hour is a big deal.
Yeah.
Particularly since right now she's earning, $4.25 plus tips. That's a real big deal.
Sure.
Maybe a waitress isn't bad because they give them some type of variance because of tips and stuff. Maybe that's a bad example. But you get the idea.
Yeah.
The guy working at the car wash, the guy working, at the tire store. It's gonna drive the cost. But the point is, Bernie Sanders is promising this.
Yeah.
And Bernie Sanders is running for president, and everybody knows that in the first term, the president usually gets what he wants.
Yeah. Well, Trump's just going to have to explain the economics of why people promise to give away the store. So, let me ask you a question. Let me hypothesize.
Sure.
Last night we had a non-debate. It turned out to be a love fest with obvious support for the one candidate. What is the likelihood that without a lot of gloves off bashing, we can get the same kind of rallying behind the one that can take down the other one? What's the likelihood in the next couple of months of the Republicans coming together and saying, it's going to be Hillary, and I can't take her down? Together, pulling together, and without infighting and tearing our own party apart, we can do this. Let's embrace the Trump.
Well, that'll be up to Reince Priebus as to if he's willing to go to Mike Huckabee, to Governor Huckabee, and say, "Hey, look, Huck, you don't stand a chance. Are you willing to drop out of the race and cast your love and support behind Mr. Trump?" He's the only one that can do that, and I doubt seriously he's going to do that. I don't see that happening until after South Carolina, which is, I believe, the middle of March. Then you may start seeing some of that, but the problem there is that you're going to be left with at least 3 or 4 candidates, because Cruz has very deep pockets. Jeb, now there is rumor on the street today that Jeb may be getting ready to pull the plug, which I really hope he does. But then there's also rumor on the street that there's a master conspiracy. Jeb's laying in the weeds with his $100 million, being real quiet, letting everybody else self-destruct, and then the establishment's going to get behind him.
Yeah.
If that's the case, we lose.
You know the gal that stood up at the Trump event last week and said, you're not a friend of women?
Yeah, I heard about it, yeah.
She was a Jeb Bush plant.
I don't doubt it. Then there was
she's a known staff. She's a known staffer for Kelly Ayotte, and it has been made known that she was traveling the circuit, stumping for, or working for anyway, for Jeb Bush.
Well, yesterday, here is think about Donald for a minute. What does Donald do? Donald builds everything. Or build stuff. And when you build stuff, you got to run with blueprints. Donald's life has been wrapped around blueprints. Everything is carefully orchestrated. Everything is drawn out. And we know exactly what we're doing because it's on paper, right? Well, I spent yesterday about 30 minutes. I won't on the air name with who. But I spent about 30 minutes on the phone with one of Donald's senior people.
Uh-huh.
He informed me that Thursday or Friday they're rolling out something huge. He wouldn't tell me what it was. He said, but it's going to change the entire dynamics of this race.
Outstanding.
That was what I was told. I don't know what it is. I can't even begin to speculate. Then he said, Saturday night, all of Donald's senior people and mid-level people and state directors, of which now he's got about 15 state staff. One of the states that we were very concerned about was Illinois, because in Illinois they require you to have 100,000 signatures to get on the ballot in Illinois. And he's now got a staff in place in Illinois, and they're taking care of that.
Yeah.
So, and he's got a team that's doing nothing but making sure he's on the ballot in all 50 states.
Good.
So he's got people in place. But Saturday night, they're going to be having a huge meeting. I love that word, huge, since he started using it, huge meeting.
Right.
They're having a big meeting at Trump Tower, and everybody's flying into town. And they're going to be meeting all evening Saturday and all day Sunday. And they're going to be rolling out this master blueprint. And they're going to put it up for everybody to see. And apparently, so it's going to be interesting. I hope I get wind of what it is tomorrow or Friday so that I can brief you on it on Monday. But apparently it's supposed to be a game changer.
Well, we could use a game changer.
So, well, last night definitely threw darts at what I was hoping would happen. And now I see, because Hillary Clinton, there is a poll out that was out last week where she was losing to the top four candidates, Fiorina, Jeb, and Donald, and one other one. I don't remember who it is now. But anyway, Dr. Carson. She was losing to the top four by anywhere from 5 to 10 points nationally. Well, after last night's debate, you can pretty well count on the fact all that's going to change.
Yeah, it'll
because
change.
She did look good last night. As much as I hate to admit it,
it hurts, doesn't it?
She looked good, and she had everybody circling the wagons around her, and she spent her time, rather than answering questions, she spent her time giving stuff away and bashing Republicans.
Yeah.
And she let Bernie carry the water for bashing rich people.
Yep. And when
she can't bash rich people because her and Bill are worth
right,
$400 or $500 million. So it's pretty hard for her to bash rich people.
Yep. When I saw Bernie tell people to get off the emails, I mean, that's the one thing that he could probably use to beat her down in the polls with. And when he told people to move on and get off of that, it's like, oh, crap. He's not running for president, is he?
No, he's running for vice president.
Mind-boggling. Well, it's certainly a different day than I expected, my friend.
It's very troubling, and I got to tell you the truth. I'm very nervous. I really am. If the Republicans don't get this right, and we don't win this election, we lose our country. Our country cannot take 4 more years of what we've had after, the 8's done.
Right, not at all.
Because we're going to, and I've said this before, we're going to go in to the next term, we're going to be in excess of $20 trillion in the grease, and all of the we're going to be $20 trillion underwater, and all of your economic experts, and including Paul Krugman, who is a liberal from Princeton, and he won the Nobel Prize in economics a few years ago. Even he says that when we get to 24 trillion, we're done.
Yeah.
And I don't see a Republican or a Democratic administration even attempting, not after what they rolled out last night.
No, heavens
even
no.
attempting to stop that. And like you said before, Tom, it's classic Ann Ryan. I mean, she said it. It's Clower and Piven.
Yep. That it is, my friend. And if you think Obama moved us to the left, this group of jokers, or this pair of jokers anyway, between Hillary and Bernie, is to the left of him. They will give away more stuff than Obama ever dreamed of giving away. And we won't see another Republican presidency in our lifetime.
Well, we may never see another one, but we do have a chance here, and I'm going to put in a shameless plug, because if we can convert the Tea Party over, the problem that I'm worried about on the right side is that Donald does get nominated, and you have so many ideological Tea Party people out there that he doesn't meet their purity test, that they won't show up, and we'll have a repeat of 2012 in Romney.
Yep.
That's my fear. So what we're trying to do now at citizensfortrump.com is we need to put a team of people out on the road going to these Tea Party meetings and literally selling Donald to these people.
Yep.
Like Albuquerque. They have, at any meeting once a month, they have somewhere around 500 people show up in Albuquerque.
Wow.
And we need to, they meet at a Baptist church there. We need to roll in there and explain this to the people that, look, guys, we love Ted too. We love Ted as much as anybody loves Ted. But Ted is unelectable, and here's why. And then explain it to them and say our only chance is Donald, and explain why.
Yeah.
And then we've got to build a 1 million man ground force to go to work for the general election when Mr. Trump wins the nomination. And we got to get him nominated, and we got to get him elected. Because if we don't, it's over. It's over for our country. I don't see anybody else, because of what they owe the lobbyists, what they owe the PACs, what they owe the special interest groups, being able to stand up and do what has to be done to stop this bleeding. I just don't see it happening. You would think the United States Chamber of Commerce would be for the American worker, right?
You would think.
Guess what? They're not. They're for the business owner who wants to pay the cheap labor rate by hiring the illegal aliens. So what does the U.S. Chamber of Commerce do? They endorse anyone's amnesty plan.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on in America right now, and it's killing us. It's literally killing us.
Yes, sir. And
so go to citizensfortrump.com. pledge your vote for Donald, donate money, because we've got to put these people on the road. This is all grassroots. We're not funded by the Donald Trump campaign. I wish we were, but we're not. And we got to get these people rolling and get these grassroots supporters going and get them signed up and get this army manned. And we need 1 million of you to do it.
Citizensfortrump.com.
Yes, sir.
Sounds like a plan, my friend.
Well, we hope it is. We hope it is.
We're banking our future. I mean, it's that dire right now. It is. We pull this off, or we just roll it up.
Well, I don't see any other alternative.
No.
We either pull it off, or like you said, we all need to get our passports and go to Fiji or someplace.
Yeah.
Because we're definitely not going to make it, and that is if we even survive World War III that Obama's trying to get us into.
Right.
That's frightening. That's another topic. Maybe you can talk about that tomorrow. But that is absolutely frightening, what he's doing in Syria.
Yep. And the UK's just gotten a green light to shoot down Russian jets. You think World War III isn't on our horizon?
Well, if they shoot one down, Putin isn't going to say, "Oh, well, we're sorry for getting in your way for it." No, that ain't going to happen.
No, that would be a Obama maneuver, but not Putin. No, my friend, I appreciate you more than you can know, and I appreciate you coming on and bringing us all down to a depression. I'm going to go drink me some breakfast.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't mean to do that. What I'm hoping to do is get everybody to go, oops, we've got a problem. We need to go to work.
Oh,
everybody has to go to work.
We definitely have to go to work. And no, you didn't do it. I realized we were in trouble. I didn't realize quite how bad it was. Well, I guess I kind of did. Not the details that you brought in. But just watching last night, I sat in for a MMA cage match. And I watched this big love fest, and I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. I'm on the wrong channel. This is not a good thing.
No, it's not.
This is not a good thing. And I'm like, Bernie, after filling the stadiums and talking about how great you were going to be, you don't even want to be the president in 16.
No, and he's crazy. I didn't realize how crazy the man was.
Oh, he's batshit crazy. Come on.
He's off the charts, man. This guy has an obsessive compulsive disorder for rich people.
Yeah, right.
He hates them.
Yep.
I don't know if he was scorned as a child or if some rich guy took his paper route away from him. I don't know.
And you're old enough to appreciate this. What is the guy's Chafee last night? The guy all the way over on the right?
Yeah.
Is he or is he not the spitting image of Red Skelton?
Oh, absolutely.
I was watching that last night. I was just waiting for him to break into Freddie the Freeloader or Clem Cadiddlehopper. And I'm like, oh my God.
And old Bernie reminds me of one of those 50s comedians too, with the wild hair and.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Who was the guy who was the guy on the creator of not Seinfeld? Yeah, it was Seinfeld. Larry David. He looks like Larry David.
He does.
He does. He's kind of channeling him because he was a leftist as well. So. Yeah, it was a crazy, depressing night last night. I'll tell you that. Anyway, brother, I got to run. I do appreciate you. I'll look forward to Monday, and if you get any insight between now and then, you know our number.
Well, listen, if I happen to hear tomorrow the secret intel from the Donald camp, I will call you Friday morning and take 5 minutes and tell you about it.
You got it. We'll break in. We'll break in at any time, brother.
All right. Thank you,
my
friend. God bless.
Yourself as well. My friends, that was our good friend Ken Crow. breaking down the Democratic debate like no one else can. And that's our show for today, my friends. God bless you, America. God bless you and yours. We're going to need it. This is Tom O'Halloran. I'm out. Tune in tomorrow when I'll be joined by Daisy Donovan for another hour of the Patriot Radio Show.